Fides trading channel, and we're back again with another Fides Flows daily market analysis. Today we're going to be taking a look at gold as well as both indices, namely Nas100 and Us30. See what moves have taken place since yesterday and how we could potentially capitalize on the markets today. So without further ado, let's hop into it, starting with gold. On the 4-hour chart, we can observe that price was very much in a retracement from yesterday, and it continued the bearish trend yesterday. You can see downside movement towards the 50 SMA. Price tapped into the 50 SMA level and seems to be pushing a little bit higher. We have wick rejections here at the bottom, forming a bullish pin bar here at the 3 o'clock 4-hour candle. We can see price settling within the sweet spot between 45 and 55 on the RSI, and bullish structure very much intact. We can see the previous higher low very much intact, with price finding support here at the 3205 level. Let's actually just mark out this level. I think it is an important one to have down. And price from here pushed higher. So that was from Friday the 2nd of May, Thursday the 1st of May. Pushed higher and now is in a bit of a retracement play. So I would say consolidative in nature. It seems to be forming a double top pattern right there. If we go into the 1 hour, we can see very much more bearish structure at play. Per the retracement, we have lower highs followed by respective lower lows. And it does appear a lower high was formed here, which is now being tested. Price does seem to have broken above this, but with very low momentum, currently sitting with a lot of indecision candles here. We can see spinning tops, bullish pin bars, but very minimal momentum to actually push this market further to the upside. What am I looking for here? Well, I'm looking for a break of consolidation. Obviously, I can observe that we're trading below the 50 SMA. We are in the sweet spot range of the RSI with the bearish structure. So I would be looking for shorts. However, if we come into the 15-minute, we can see more of that consolidative nature at play. If I were to just mark out this in a box, it would be right about there. So yes, we do have wick rejections extending below, but for the most part using the support level here and using the last close and the open of these bullish, bearish and bullish candles respectively, we can see that price has a resistance at 3330 and a support at 3318. And until I see a clean break of said consolidation, then I would be able to determine the type of trend that this market is in and confirm market directionality. On the 15-minute, though, we can observe that price is trading above the 50 SMA and is currently in the bullish territory of the RSI. So that also bodes where the 15-minute and the 4-hour are correlated, whereas the 1 hour is not correlated. So we have no correlation between the 1 hour and 15 minutes. Thus, this isn't really a tradable space to be in. I would actually see that price, until it breaks out of consolidation and actually provides us with a momentum candle, doesn't have firm market directionality at the moment, which we can trade from. For that reason, I'll be staying out of this market until I get that market directionality, and I will then update accordingly. Moving on to the indices, we take a look at US Tech. On US Tech, taking a look at the 4-hour, we can see that price yesterday continued the bullish trend. It was in a bit of consolidation for the most part, where we had a bullish push, bearish drop, and then we stayed very much within that zone, within that space. Now, price is fast approaching that resistance at 20,340. And we can see the slowing down of momentum as we approach that zone. Potentially, market waiting to collect liquidity before pushing to the upside, or actually collecting its upside liquidity and looking to break to the downside. So yeah, from this perspective, while the trend is bullish and while I will still continue to look for longs, we do need to be cognizant of the reaction that will happen at this 20,340 level. We do have a bullish trend with higher low followed by respective higher high structures, the last one being at 19,670, and we've made the new high there at 20,250, but price still has space to push up. What I can observe on the 4-hour though, just bringing this back to normal, we can see that the current candles that have taken place today are very much indecision candles with low momentum, and we have not determined market directionality from this. Price is trading above the 50 SMA. We can see that we had a test of the 50 SMA right here on Wednesday at 8 o'clock on the 4-hour candle. We also had a test of the sweet spot of the RSI in the 4-hour space here on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and then respectively had the push on the 8 o'clock candle. Now, coming down into the 1 hour, we see price is still very much bullish. It's trading above the 50 SMA. We had a massive push on Thursday, yesterday at 5 o'clock. Candles pushed higher, followed by a respective drop in the market at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Now, since that candle drop, markets have very much been in indecision on the 1 hour. We can observe that although it is trading comfortably above the 50 SMA, we are in the sweet spot region of the RSI, but we aren't getting any signals that confirm a break of the sweet spot. So for that reason, very much consolidative nature. We see a lot of spinning top doji indecision candles at play here, and for that reason, no market directionality has been confirmed. Even if price does push to the upside, we're very close to a resistance level. So even taking a scalp at this level would be pretty risky. And although you could get some good profits heading up there, you would have to close out pretty quickly once that wick rejection actually taps into that zone. We are comfortably within the trend line, the bullish trend line that is at play per the 4-hour time frame. However, with the indecision that we're seeing here, market directionality, and it being Friday as well, even if the markets do push up, I do not want to be in those markets over the weekend in case something comes out of the US that could influence it at the open on Monday. So coming into the 15-minute, I'd say we're in indecision, and I am correct. Price trading upon the 50 SMA and within the sweet spot of the RSI just confirms the consolidation nature of the indice at the moment. Moving on to US30. US30 pretty much showing the same signs. Price continued the bullish movement yesterday, pushed higher, and then at 9 o'clock, of course, had that drop in the market. Price is trading above the 50 SMA. It has tapped the sweet spot region already. We also see the bullish structure per the trend line with higher lows followed by respective higher highs. However, I would like to point out that the resistance level I'm looking at here is a lot further away at 42,500. So we still have space to actually roam here, and actually taking a long position might be better for US30 opposed to Nas100. Now we can also see some structures just coming down into the 1 hour. We can see price trading above the 50 SMA. We are in the sweet spot region of the RSI. Seem to be consolidating within that sweet spot region of the RSI at the moment. We have tested the break and retest level at 41,230. Tested this level this morning at about 2 o'clock in the Asian session. Markets did seem to jump from here, but then around 7 o'clock, we had a turnaround of price confirming the consolidatory nature of this market. If we see here at 5 o'clock yesterday, we had a massive push off this level. Price just came back to retest it, and then very low momentum candles in the space. We have some dojis, we have some spinning tops, and we have very small bodied candles here confirming that there's very little momentum and market directionality in the space. Due to the main trend, I will continue to look for longs within this space, but I'd like to come into the 15-minute and actually mark out the territory that we have here. So from what I can observe, our resistance level is approximately at 41,415, while our support is around 41,300. 300 in that vicinity. So until I see a firm break of this particular consolidative zone, I will not be looking to place a trade. On the 15-minute, we can observe that price is currently testing the 50 SMA. We had a break above, a break back below, and price is currently sitting upon that level. And taking a look at the RSI, we can observe the consolidatory nature within the sweet spot zone of 45 and 55. Thus, no market directionality within the space. To further add to the analysis, I would like to take a look at the VIX today. And seeing the VIX, we are in the middle ground between 20 and 30. Above 30 means that the market is risk off. Below 20 means the market is risk on and money would be flowing into the indices. So at the moment, there's very low momentum in the VIX index. We can see we are very much trending on a bearish nature, which means we are heading towards the more risk on territory. But for the moment, we are in this indecision zone. We have very low momentum candles. There's not a lot of volatility taking place here. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. I actually just want to move these candles right here just so we can have a better observation view. So yes, risk on at the bottom, risk off at the top. So yes, at the moment we're very much in that averaging zone, and until we get a firm break, there's not much space to actually trade these markets per the VIX index. So based on the technical analysis I've provided, it is clear that the market is very much in a consolidative zone and is waiting outputs from a fundamental source to actually determine the market directionality for the day. We are currently in the London session, and I'm guessing we will probably get something within New York that actually determines the market directionality for the day. It is currently 12 o'clock where I am, and like I mentioned, we are in the London session. New York session opens at 3:30 on my end, so we have 3.5 hours to get ourselves ready for that open. Once that market opens, we will have a better grasp of where this market is heading. I would just like to also add that for gold, we're taking a look at the current gold prices is 3323, and the future gold price is 3329. If I'm looking at the trend of the future gold price, it looks like we may be moving higher. We are in that retracement phase, but my estimate is that that price will be pulled higher and to the upside in the short term for the day, for the intraday trading. So continuing to look for longs for gold. In terms of US tech, I think I'll be staying out of this market today. For Us30, until a break of this consolidative zone that we're seeing here, we can even see on the 4 hour lots of indecision till we see a firm break of that consolidative zone, potentially to the upside. I would like to see a break to the upside. I will not be looking to take trades. If it breaks to the downside, I won't be looking to trade trades. If it breaks to the upside, I'll be looking for long positions, continuing to that resistance zone at 42,600. So that is the technical analysis today for our Fides flows. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, everyone.